Okay, do it with me now. Hey everybody, welcome to the Inkstain channel. I'm Adam, and you asked for it, you're going to get it. I am going to deconstruct a NIGHTWISH video featuring Tarja as the lead singer. This is a live video from the end of an era tour. It's going to be Over the Hills and Far Away. Now, this is a little bit of a departure because Tuomas is not the writer of these lyrics, which is fairly strange for NIGHTWISH. Although maybe it was more common earlier in their career. You could let me know. I don't already know. So it is actually, let me look it up. The song was written by Gary Moore, and I guess either covered by NIGHTWISH or written to be performed by NIGHTWISH. I don't know. You got me on this one, my dear subscribers. Please, hook me up. This is an area which I have not done a lot of research in terms of the music and or lyrics that was written outside of the band. But I was unable to find an official live video of this that had lyrics. So I'm just going to go ahead first and foremost, and I'm going to read the lyrics to you because this is not really a song that requires a good bit of interpretation. So if I stop during the video, and I'm sure I will stop during the video when we're watching the live performance, it's going to be to comment on, things about the band or things about the performance, and things that strike me as I watch the performance. But it probably won't have much to do with the story of it or the lyrics because they're pretty straightforward. So here's Over the Hills and Far Away. They came for him one winter's night. Arrested, he was bound. They said there'd been a robbery. His pistol had been found. They marched him to the station house. He waited for the dawn. And as they led him to the dock, he knew that he'd been wronged. You stand accused of robbery, he heard the bailiff say. He knew without an alibi, tomorrow's light would mourn his freedom. Very, so far, very, I'm putting on my glasses so that I can see to read well. Kind of old school lyrics, very in the vein of something like the old folk song "The Highwayman," or some of the other folkier things that are so much a part of particularly European culture. But there's a common thread here with Tuomas's own sensibilities that I'll bring out in a minute. They marched him to, they marched him to the station house. Of course, the first chorus, Over the Hills and Far Away, for 10 long years he'll count the days, over the mountains and the seas, a prisoner's life for him there'll be. Then the third verse, he knew that it would cost him dear, but yet he dare not say, where he had been that fateful night, a secret it must stay. He had to fight back tears of rage, his heart beat like a drum, for with the wife of his best friend, he spent his final night of freedom. And then, of course, the second chorus, Over the Hills and Far Away, he swears he will return one day. Far from the mountains and the seas, back in her arms is where he'll be, over the hills and far away. And then there's a post chorus, over the hills and over the hills and over the hills and far away. Then verse 4, each night within his prison cell, he looks out through the bars. He reads the letters that she wrote. One day he'll know the taste of freedom. Over the hills and far away, she prays he will return one day. As sure as the rivers reach the seas, back in his arms he swears she'll be. Over the hills and far away, he swears he will return one day. Far from the mountains and the seas, back in her arms is where he'll be. Over the hills and far away, she prays he will return one day. As sure as the rivers reach the seas, back in his arms is where she'll be. And then the outro, over the hills and far away, over the hills and far away. Now, there's not a whole lot to really unpack or interpret there, but I do want to mention one thing. Going through the NIGHTWISH catalog. Okay, so we've got Over the Hills and Far Away, which is a dude who goes to prison for 10 years instead of revealing the fact that he's been banging his best friend's wife. So we got that. Then we have I Wish I Had an Angel, which is all about wanting your best friend's girl. Now, I'm saying this kind of jokingly, but you know, it's like the heavy metal version of Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield. Only obviously much more impactful and much better done. Tuomas has a lot of songs that harp on themes that he revisits fairly often. The chick that I want is with my friend, and I really don't care. I want her anyway. Hey, man, you do you. But I do sometimes wonder, and I don't have an answer to this, I do sometimes wonder how that impacts other things like Devil in the Deep Dark Sea and Ghost Love Score and various other things where there is some sort of temptress kind of character and a man who is either very angry or very tortured about the fact that he can't consummate that relationship physically or emotionally. Okay, so we've talked about the lyrics. They're pretty straightforward. And now let's dig in and enjoy the performance. Juka. God, look how young he is. Tarja's got the hip action going. God, Empu. gorgeous soprano she has. Okay, we'll get back to Empo's. Empu's. Wow. Okay, I just gotta wow. Some things Tarja looks like she's having a ball, and she brings such a different dynamic in a live show. I've heard some of her studio recordings, and you know, there's a very sort of ethereal quality to her tone and her singing in the studio recordings. This actually was the very first NIGHTWISH song that I was exposed to a while back. I wasn't exposed to the live video. I was exposed to the recording. And can I just say, okay, I'm blown away by how much things have changed. And I've seen, I think Tank's responses, he was talking about how much the stage production values have changed. This is sort of so bare. I mean, the crowd is there for it. It's a massive crowd. But it's just so basic. And, you know, I can't get over that they're so young. I mean, Empu looks like a baby. And, you know, and Marco, I mean, Marco's just cool. Marco's always cool. But man, he just, now he looks like, you know, the grizzled older Viking who, you know, is, you know, can still kill you with a pinky. But I mean, this looks like he's getting ready to go out to sea and, you know, conquer Odin. So, wow. Let's get back into it. I love the way she like sort of saunters. And that hip action, man, what an outfit too. Oh. Notice how the hips will sway. I mean, the hip sway is there. But notice how straight the upper torso of Tarja's body remains. I mean, and again, those high soprano notes open, just open body position. When she's quiet, she's a little more closed off. So young. Just such good musicians. And this beat, I mean, you just can't help yourself. Primal scream from Marco. I love Tarja. I mean, she could do so much with just her head. Oh, she's so lovely too. Oh, go ahead, Marco. Wow. Oh, Tarja with the like mini windmill. Go ahead on. Oh, I see Pyro. And this is a hometown crowd too. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh. Wow. I don't know anything about this show. I don't know anything about this show or the set list. It's not one I have to dig more into this. I find myself, I don't even think that's the last one because I think I've seen, I mean, I know she was thanking the crowd, but I think I've heard that particular thank you before another video, and I'm not sure what it is. Wow. It's so good. So good. And yet so completely different. And I mean, Tarja, I said this on the Discord, another shout out to the Discord. Such an amazing group of folks over there. And I apologize. It's a lot of no sleep for me, and what the name of the Discord is, I don't remember, but guys, Gabriel or Thor or any of you guys, go ahead and put it in the comments so that people can find you. Tarja, sometimes I just want her to tuck me in on a cold day with a bowl of soup. There's just this, when you see her live, not in a live video, she just has this nurturing kind of quality that just makes you feel warm, and such a gorgeous soprano. Each of the ladies who have fronted Nightwish bring their own things to the table, and I kind of want to be Switzerland, about that. Tarja is Tarja. Tarja is the grande dame of operatic metal, and always will be. She's maybe not the current goddess, Valkyrie warrior that we know and love as Floor, but that doesn't mean she don't have chops and bring her own set of things to the table. It's a totally different vibe, and yet completely recognizable as Nightwish, and just so good. She is so in control, and at times that control, that's a classical training. Some of the stiffness kind of that she displays, or that appears to be stiffness, I mean, her upper body is in a classical singing position almost all the time. You'll see when you look at the video, or look at other videos, it may be worth it to look at this. And I've lost it. I'm going to find it. Okay, I'm back with you again here. Tarja can express so much just with her head and her facial expressions. But you're going to see here, the upper body stays pretty much grounded at all times. You can see the hips just seem to have a life of their own, but always upright. And the head is expressing, the hips are expressing. She's always staying grounded. That's why she kind of does that little sort of hockey motion. And those shoes. And her vibe at a live performance is totally different. It's not better, it's not worse. I'm not making a judgment on it. It's just, it's totally different. See, there we go. That's the sort of, see, there goes the hips. But you notice that the torso pretty much stays the same, and that's a classic with training. So lovely. I mean, just so lovely. Is the head thing going? She's just so lovely and so charming. Okay, now while Mark, is it just me, or does it look like Marco somehow escaped from a Seattle grudge band? I mean, he's Marco. He's cool. He's always cool. But oh gosh, I don't want the video. The video could go on forever, and we could just sit here and be wowed and be charmed, and just love what we see. But hey, I was asked to deconstruct a live video. Wow, a live video from the Tarja era. I didn't want to go and jump on Ghost Love Score because I don't want to do a comparison. There, you cannot compare Tarja, Fleur, Annette. You can't compare them. They're so different, but they each bring something strong to the table. And one of my subscribers did recommend that I do some stuff, and I'm going to wait till later on when you trust me more. And do some stuff sort of pointing out the strengths of each of these phenomenal women who have fronted this band over the years. And later on, maybe somewhere around 500 subs, maybe we'll do that. We just celebrated 200 subs right before I went to make this video. I did put out another video. It's just sort of just me talking video, answering some questions that had come up in the chat, dispelling some myths and misconceptions that had come up in the chat. But if you like what you see here, if you liked what you saw in this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Join us on this journey. We are like on a magic bus riding through the dreamscape of the wonder that is Nightwish. So please join us on this expedition. This was not my typical deconstruction video. There are those out there right now. I've done Ghost Love Score. I've done, oh my God. See, this is what happens when I'm going on like 36 hours of no sleep. Story time. So I've done Ghost Love Score. I've done story time. Now we've looked at Over the Hills and Far Away. I have something planned. If I am not in a coma tomorrow, I have something planned to look at for that too. And thank you so much for being with me. As always, thank you to the Nightwish Army for their advice and their suggestions, and the great folks over on the Discord server. And thank all of you for helping us hit 200. Thank you for the suggestion of re-experiencing some live Nightwish with Taria. Wow, what a joy! How lovely! Just how lovely! And yeah, how can you not smile? How can you not? And to see these guys look at so young, and wow! All right, y'all. As always, remember your words have power. Choose them wisely. Be well. Take care of your mind, body, and spirit. And hopefully, I'll see you soon.